It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for What the Fuck Happened on Saturday.
Saturday? What's been happening all week?
Let me tell you, it's Greg Cherry, Jeff Meacham, Matty Laws with you as normal. I don't know if you guys know this. We are actually on a different platform. We are not on StreamYard this week.
No.
So we are getting used to all the stuff. Like the intro, I'm sure looked normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything on this end, though, doesn't.
No. There's a giant GC invading my space. I want to just like fucking Pac-Man, but you know, I don't know if I can. Maddie with the sound effect. You're here for it. I'm here for it. That's good shit.
Exactly. That's what we're here to do. We're here to entertain.
We're here to laugh because we had attempted murder on Saturday twice. So you know why not? Jesus.
Oh yeah, the statement of what the fuck happened on Saturday could go for more than one reason.
Yeah,
it really could.
Bad part, Matt.
I wasn't even talking about All Out. I wasn't.
That's right. Because our cover thing was Notre Dame. I forgot about that. Unfortunately,
I was about to say. So we've got Notre Dame, we've got AEW, and then on Sunday, Denver looked good.
Cowboys look good on Sunday.
Yeah, Cowboys beat the Browns.
Yeah. Hey, where's Josh? Hey, Josh, you there, Josh? Anyway,
I don't know how to. Oh, there is a chat feature. I
have no idea how to see the chat. No idea. We have no idea what we're doing. We're on a completely new platform. We are totally lost.
Oh, what's this do?
What?
What is that?
Oh, we can have the chat on screen.
Shit! Look at that.
That's actually cool.
I'm off a cocktail. I don't know what I'm doing.
There you go. Now you guys can be part of the show whenever.
That's tremendous. I like that already. Fuck off, StreamYard. That's great.
Yeah. This is StreamYard. This is what you get for jacking up your prices by 2.
Yeah. So that's the reason that we're on this new streaming platform.
Okay. So cards on the table. You guys know that we are very transparent here at the Great Cherry brand.
We poll.
So obviously the last month or so of shows, we weren't paying for StreamYard. Because quite frankly, it was absurd pricing. So I went yesterday, I was getting ready to pay for StreamYard, and then I noticed, hey, wait a second. Why is this twice as much as I thought I was going to pay for the month?
Yeah, no.
And I just straight up said,
I thought you were going to pay twice as much as you usually pay.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. Cards on the table again. Jeff paid for StreamYard.
Yeah.
It was Jeff. I've been using Jeff's account for like 2-3 years.
With my permission, let me be clear to the dumb fucks out there.
So like, I have been coasting off of Jeff's stuff for like 3 years. Let's put all the cards on the table. I very much, don't get me wrong, I very much appreciate Jeff for letting me use his stuff, but But yeah, this is the first one that I've gone to pay for, and since StreamYard was twice the price, I had to look for alternatives.
Right.
And considering last night was when I looked, I didn't have a whole lot of time to do some research. Yeah. Fortunately, I had done research before, trying to see if there was like a free one to use. Yeah. But with Jack of all trades coming up in a couple weeks, you know,
we needed something.
I had to have something that was going to fit everybody on the stream.
Yeah, we need the capability to put bodies.
Yeah, and with the free stuff, you can only have like up to 6. And since we're doing a tag team joke, we need more than 6.
Just a smidge.
So really, it's for that purpose. And obviously, when we do joke, we're going to hide the chat because we're not putting answers on screen.
No, well, if the chat would just behave themselves and not do it when we tell them not to do it.
Well, here's the thing: we basically have to trust the people on screen to not look at the chat.
That's just nonsense. What are you talking about?
Which is, I mean, it's possible. I didn't look when I was on Quizlemania. I didn't look at chat once because I didn't give a shit.
I always throw myself full screen so I can't see the chat.
No, as do I. I think the members of the Greg Cherry brand and the greater former multiverse are a lot more honest with themselves. They're clearly more trustworthy than what we saw last night on ABC. So it's
we're not getting into that because A, I didn't watch, and B, I don't care.
No, you know what? I purposely booked myself to go see Tim Allen do stand-up because I knew if I was home, it'd be on TV. I would sit down and watch, and I'd want to do horrible things to my brain afterwards. So
I think watching it is the horrible thing you would have done to your brain.
Tim Allen, he's from Colorado.
One of many places he was.
He's got residency, I think, up in the mountains or something.
But his wife, as I found out yesterday, is from Oil City, Pennsylvania. So there you go.
Oh, shit.
Yep. He's apparently been at the restaurant like 3 minutes from my house a couple times.
Yeah.
Because, his wife's family's here.
Sure.
But I've never seen him because I'm a homebody.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah, he is so much more lacking in giving a fucks now that he's older and off TV and not worried having to answer to ABC or Fox. He is tremendous. Like he's very opinionated and he is very much on the side of things that he is on, but he makes it funny. So uncomfortable at times for the Gen Z kids, absolutely. But if you can get over your own bullshit, you'll have a good time going to see Tim Allen. Go see him when he's out on the road.
Now, getting over your own bullshit. Feel like Notre Dame's got a little bit of bullshit to get over.
Oh boy.
So I was all ecstatic after Notre Dame went into College Station into Texas A&M and beat them.
The Aggies.
And they beat the Aggies on their first game of the season. Everything looked promising. And then Saturday happened, and I wanted to jump in front of a bus. I don't understand how you can have a team that energized go into an opposing team stadium with 100,000 plus, probably the loudest college stadium in America, go in and beat that team, who is a ranked team, and then come home and lose to a MAC team who was a 4-touchdown underdog.
Yeah.
How do you let that happen? There is no way in hell. I was worried. I was worried that something like that would happen, that they would just believe their own hype, thinking they just had to show up and win. That's not how football works. It has never worked that way. Nobody can just show up and expect to win all the time.
Yeah. I just want to know how you guys go to spend $1.4 million to only put up 14 points.
You could have given me $1.4 million and I would have had a better offensive outing than Riley Leonard.
This is valid.
That is valid.
I don't understand what that game plan was. But 2 games into the season, he has.
But it also goes on the defense, man. It goes on the defense too. How do you?
I'm not going to hold the defense accountable because they've held in the last 2 games. They've only given up 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that all on the defense. I am putting it on the offense, who could not sustain drives, who hasn't had a passing touchdown in the last 2 games.
Right.
No passing touchdowns. That's unacceptable for college football. You have to be diverse. If all you have is the running game, just say you're going to be 6-6 and move on. Like, you're not going to sustain that. It's not possible. And on top of that, Riley Leonard's hurt now.
Yeah.
And they're talking about still playing him.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh, God.
But play when he was healthy. Why do you think he's going to play well when he's hurt? He's not Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger famously played better when he was hurt.
Yes.
Same thing with Mahomes. Mahomes does it too.
Yeah.
And Mahomes, man, I almost felt bad for the Ravens on Thursday night.
Almost, because they're division rivals. But man, out of bounds by a toe. That's got to be right.
Oh,
you hate to see it, except for
one in the NFL we had too. By the way,
yeah.
What a week 1.
And Maddie, I was gonna say if you kept digging on Notre Dame, I was just gonna dig on you for losing to me in fantasy football. But whatever.
Oh no! You see, I lost both. I lost in all three of my fantasy leagues. So it was,
I won in both of mine. I'm good.
It was just a rough one. I did make $160 off of the Packers Eagles game though. So.
Nice. Well, I mean, nice that you made money, but the fact that Eagles won, I'm still dry heaving. So don't mind me.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
I know. Hey, no, you know what? You made money. Good on you for it. I'm just like I said, both teams are 1-0 now, and I'm dreading Thanksgiving because if my aunt shows up and the Eagles have a better record, here we go again. Every year, it's the dread.
You both started out 1-0.
Yeah.
So you beat the Browns, which Deshaun Watson is Deshaun Watson.
What is so stupid? Oh, it's the downfall. Like it's the end of it's week 1. Settle the down, people.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, if we could get Sean on the show for his feelings about the Bengals, I would love to.
Oh God, man, the Bengals
they played off
day, man.
They played awful.
Ooh.
Okay. Also, a lot has happened since last week's episode of the Greg Cherry Show.
Yeah,
We're staying in the football talk.
Yeah, there's wrestling, there's football. So
Saturday
no, this is my thing because
okay.
last Thursday, I managed to piss off a former NFL quarterback.
Yes, you did.
Because
I'm so proud.
I said, and maybe I'm a little too harsh. Maybe I can take some of the heat for saying that I hoped Caleb Williams would be a bust. That I hope he would fail because of all the preseason hype around him, all of his saying he's the greatest college football player of all time before he even took a regular season snap.
Yeah, that's fair.
Caleb Williams led the Bears to less than 150 yards of offense, and the Bears only won off of a blocked punt return for a touchdown and probably the worst pick six ever thrown.
Ever.
Will Levis, what the hell were you doing?
Yeah. It's like
right.
If you're schizo, just admit it. That receiver was not there. Okay.
No, it wasn't. Take the sack, dude. Just take the sack.
Yeah, seriously.
But Caleb Williams,
Caleb
Williams, the first number 1 overall quarterback to win his debut game.
He didn't do anything. He barely eclipsed 100 yards passing. Riley Leonard looked better than he did.
Yes.
Bo Nix looked better than he did, and he got a rushing touchdown.
Dude, Brian Danielson and Swersucken were in better physical shape than he looked good on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, just saying.
Speaking of looking like Danielson after Saturday, Carolina. We need to talk about what's going on over there because I didn't know we were allowing UFL teams into the NFL.
Let me tell you something. I looked because Pat McAfee said on his show that they're selling tickets for $1.80 a piece for Panthers games.
I believe it.
I looked at StubHub and it's not far off.
No.
How much is it for a nosebleed ticket to a Panthers game?
Nosebleed ticket to a Panthers game, I believe, is $18.
Dude, we can fly there and save money. Jesus Christ.
I think each of our teams play Carolina this year. I feel like that'd be cheaper to travel out to
Carolina. If they were in Carolina, it'll be cheaper than going to a home game. Yeah, seriously.
My concern is I didn't look at the schedule. Do the Steelers play Carolina because they're probably going to lose to them? Because that's just what the Steelers. That's what my teams do. Teams that we should beat, we don't.
Carolina.
I don't know.
Pitt versus.
Let me look at the schedule.
That's a fandom thing, though, because I have said, after my dad has said, for our entire fandom, and we've been LA Kings fans since the very beginning of the franchise, the Kings always play to the level of their opponent. If they play a shit team, they go in the tank. If they play the Stanley Cup champions, they'll probably beat them. It's just it's a weird phenomenon that exists in our own minds. I'm sure it's totally psychosomatic, but it's true.
Okay, never mind. Steelers do not play the Panthers. We're good.
Okay.
You don't play them.
I didn't think so, but I wasn't sure. So either way,
Unless by some miracle of God, both make it to the Super Bowl.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine the money you would make if you made that bet right now and it actually happened?
Pittsburgh, Carolina Super Bowl, if that actually happened.
Just betting that the game would happen, not even the outcome of the winner, like just that would be the game. Like
you put if you put $100 on that right now and that game actually happened, you'd be rich.
You'd be set for your grandchildren's life. Like, holy crap. Like, yeah. Jeez.
This has to be features on FanDuel.
Yeah, the freaking I just found it so funny with the Cowboys because the money line was so insignificant and the Cowboys just covered it and then just ran with it. And they were talking about, God, the Cowboys defense is just so good. It's like, man, people are giving the Browns way too much goddamn credit. Like
they're giving the defense the credit. The offense is Nick Chubb and Groper Cleveland.
Yeah, And the Cowboy, I was, for the first time in a long time, I was thoroughly impressed with both sides of the ball from Dallas. And Dak got re-upped since Sunday. So
yes, he did.
Zeke didn't have a bad game either.
He did not. It was one of those. We have a saying at Canyon High School, but I'm dressed like this because it's homecoming week at Canyon. That's why I got the whole shtick going. Rather than what I was going to talk about last night, I figured I'd play it safe today.
Yeah.
Jesus. But we have a saying, it's a great day to be a Cowboy. This week, it's a great day to be a Cowboy fan. And we'll see if the synergy bleeds from Dallas over here to Canyon Country and gives our boys a homecoming win, because it's not going to be as hot as it was last week. So hopefully they won't actually die during the homecoming game. Because it was hotter than shit last week. And they played out near Dodger Stadium, and it was warm.
Big G wanted to come into the chat, but he hasn't arrived yet. So
I'm trying. Yeah, I sent him the link. I don't know if he got it. Like, it says he saw it, but I don't know if he was having the same trouble Maddie was having, or.
Well, once I sent Maddie the direct studio link, it wasn't an issue. He got in right away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say the studio link got me in right away.
Well, then I'll see if that's what I sent to him, and if it wasn't. Oh, it was. Okay, yeah, it's just.
Okay, then I don't know.
He's not here yet. G, if you're watching, come on in.
Come on in.
That way we can talk about the Steelers and me actually being happy about football this weekend.
Yeah,
I don't know. Can you be happy about it this weekend? Because not only are you playing Denver, but it seems like Justin Fields is going to be your starter for the foreseeable future.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Fields didn't do terrible. He didn't turn the ball over.
He didn't get a good shake of it out in Chicago either.
No.
Still.
No. He listen, if he didn't turn the ball over and we won, that's all we can really ask. Like, ever since Ben retired, I'm not looking for an offense that looks pretty, because it's not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Even the last few years of Ben, the offense did not look pretty. So yeah, with Fields, if it's effective, that's all I care about, because at the end of the game, if your score is higher, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter. There's no style points in football. It's just the points on the board. You can have the most gorgeous catch in the world, and if you lose, it's not going to make a hill of beans.
Bottom line is, whatever else is going on out there, when those 11 guys are out there, Matt Canada is not running any part of it. So that's the thing. That's the thing in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was about to say, your offense did look slightly better with Arthur Smith as opposed to Matt Canada.
Well, with that idiot Canada in charge, that's a very low bar to have to hurdle. So,
by the way, Pittsburgh Steelers versus Carolina Panthers. If you were to throw down $100 for that to be the Super Bowl, should it hit, that's $500,000.
Holy shit.
$500,000 on just guessing the game teams. My God.
Yeah,
let me tell you what.
$10 down would get you $50,000.
You know what? There have been worse gambles made.
I was gonna say $100 to possibly get $500,000. Dude, $500,000 can help out a whole lot of ways.
I was listening to a YouTube video last night. Shout out to the channel Baseball Doesn't Exist. But he did a video on like the rarest things that have ever happened in MLB history or baseball history, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The number one thing on that list was during the Diamondbacks World Series appearance where they won back in, I believe it was 2001, right?
Yeah.
There was a radio contest, and the radio contest was if you could, you'd get tickets to the game, but if you could guess for someone to hit a grand slam in any inning, you would make $1 million off of a dairy farm out in Arizona. Well, the lady had won the phone call contest, which is a 1 in I think it was 30,000 chance.
Okay.
She guessed. I don't remember his name. It was Josh Barr or something like that. The guy that hit the grand slam in the 6th inning.
Oh yeah.
Of the game.
Right.
She guessed that on the money, and the odds of that was like 1 in 14 billion's chance.
Jesus. I don't know. The rarest thing I've ever heard of in baseball to this day is Doc Ellis throwing that no-hitter as messed up as he was.
That's a great story, too.
Doc Ellis on acid threw a no-hitter. My God.
Okay, he may have thrown a no-hitter, but he did walk like 7 other batters, though.
Valid. So, yeah, it was by no means a perfect game. And when you're on acid, it's not going to be a perfect game no matter if you do actually
hit
throw a
4
perfect
batters.
Man, the 70s and the 80s were a thing.
Which, by the way, imagine getting hit by like a 95-mile-an-hour meatball from Doc Ellis because he thought you were a snake.
Right? Jesus. I just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna strike myself out. I'm gonna go back and sit down. You do you, Doc. I'm good. Thanks.
He's on what?
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah. But then we go from football, which both Saturday college ball was what it was. It was kind of
CU Buffs didn't look good either.
No.
Yeah, I thought Colorado was supposed to win everything, and then Nebraska comes in and dog walks them.
If there's one thing that will be the detriment to a fucking Colorado team, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's it.
That kid looked and acted like Mahomes out there.
Yeah, he did. Oof, it's rough. Well, maybe they should get primetime Eli Skipper to coach instead of primetime Deion Sanders. See if they'll do any better.
Say it. Just say my name. Prime time, baby.
Felix Skipper. I miss me some Felix Skipper.
Yeah. Listen.
Is he still active out there, Jeff?
No.
There have been so many great black wrestlers that did not get their fair shake. Elix Skipper's one of them. Monty Brown is another.
Yeah.
Like Monty Brown, I've told this story before. The first TNA pay-per-view I ordered, Monty Brown was getting a shot against Jeff Jarrett for the NWA
Jeff Jarrett.
title. And I was
the biggest misbooking TNA has ever had.
That may have been the most pissed I've ever been about a title finish. Maybe not the most pissed because, Corbin and cashing that Money in the Bank happened. But that was probably one of the most upset I've ever been because I wanted more than anything to watch Monty Brown become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And it didn't happen. And it should have.
Wouldn't he at the time have become the youngest NWA World Champ, or was he in his mid-20s at that point? Because I know he was young as fuck.
He was young. I don't know if he would have been he would have definitely been the youngest black champion because Truth was already past him when he won.
Truth was already like 28, 29 when he won.
Well, Truth's 250 years old now. He just looks like he's 20. Yeah, it's true. But yeah. I will forever hold Elix Skipper in high regard. In the same night, he became a wrestling legend with that tightrope walk across the 6 sides of steel, and he became a no DQ legend with the promo he cut with Petey Williams' help, except the no DQ awards. So Elix Skipper is a legend, and and his theme song is tremendous. Matter of fact, we sang. Petey was freaking doing the primetime theme behind him. He goes, "Yeah, the real song." It's like, see, he gets it. We were all drunk as fuck for the record, but it's a post TNA pay-per-view party. We're all going to be a little blitzed.
The title to today's show is How, and we were just talking about legends, and There's another legend that had an incident happen today. Did you guys happen to tune into Uncle Shannon Sharp's Instagram Live earlier today?
Oh, man. Truth lit him up like a Christmas tree. You love to see it. Jesus. Go ahead, Maddie.
Okay. I didn't hear about this until I just got back from laundry and one of my friends shot it in a group chat. But apparently earlier today, Shannon Sharp's Instagram went live unintentionally. There was no video footage other than a direct shot of the floor. Mm-hmm. But there was some sounds that can only be described as rough play.
Of the variety.
There was carnal activity up on the gram today. Yes.
I saw someone on Twitter say, if you growl like Uncle, give me a DM.
Wow.
Twitter was egregious with this today.
Apparently, truth was in that. Like he was like commenting.
Yeah. He commenting all. Yeah, it was. It's like I said. It's been a crazy week since we last sat here together on this screen. My God, it's
and we still haven't even gotten into the double attempted murders that happened.
Well, we had damn good football. We had crazy social media. We unfortunately lost James Earl Jones this week, which he's 90 something, and great life. But man, you can pick out any movie in his lifetime, and it's affected one or more of us. It's
Dreams, Star Wars, Lion King.
Yep. Yeah, I will always think of him.
People talk about his Conan appearance, like whenever he was in Conan the Barbarian.
Right? People forget that stuff, But yeah, I'll always think of him as Mufasa first. But of course, I know the voice of Darth Vader is a thing, so it's But then, Saturday. Freaking AEW returns to Chicago because that's where they have to go when things like this happen. It's either careers being murdered or people actually attempting murder. One or the other in Chicago. Oh my God,
listen. I had the idea. And I don't know how many people saw it on Twitter because it was late on Monday night.
Yeah.
That you have Mox, Claudio, Pac, Marina Shafir, call them the Underground, and have them bankrolled by Shane McMahon.
Oh God, yes, yeah. No,
I can see that.
Shane almost has to be the thing now.
Yeah,
because Moxley told Shivani it's not your company anymore.
This isn't your company. Oh, I didn't even put that part together.
They took out the world champion. They tried to suffocate the man. Let's just call fucking spade a spade here, kid.
They did something on Saturday that immediately after the PR team on Twitter was like,
nope,
we will not be showing replays of this. And I feel like that is what irked me the most about the whole segment. If you've got the balls to run the segment for over 5 minutes straight on pay-per-view, but you're not going to show some of the clips from – and I understand. It's a very rough, very hard subject.
Yeah,
but the fact that the turn happened the way that it did, you're not going to get that same emotion over to the casual audience that tunes in just on Wednesdays that can't tune in to the pay-per-view. It's not going to sell the same way.
No,
I'm going to disagree with you for the following reason.
Okay,
social media has a lot of younger people on it. I don't think they realize what something like that could actually do to a person.
Oh, I totally understand that. Growing up as a Mortal Kombat player, I completely understand that.
Right. I think my thing is they didn't want to put something that could possibly be an attempted murder.
So here's where I disagree with your disagreement. They've since Saturday, they've put up like still images of, what was the wildest thing or whatever. One of the images was freaking Hangman with the damn syringe in his hand.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if we can't show an attempted suffocation, I don't need to be seeing a syringe going into somebody or even near somebody's mouth either. And then that, scaringly enough, and again, this is going to be debated. I'm sure it's going to be, dragged across the coals and people see this. That wasn't the worst part of that. The worst part of that was the chair shot.
The one that they cut away from, which was the nail in the coffin of the match, which also irritated me.
Yeah, that
just the fact that they were going to do the things but weren't going to show the things is what irritates me.
Yeah, it's one of those. I was talking about this with the No DQ guys Sunday night, which I'm so glad I was on that show because I was able to sleep on it and then still vent out the shit because I was fucking fuming Saturday night. But I turned my face away knowing it was coming because he wound up. Because I was at home, I had my dad down the hall because my door was just cracked open enough. What the fuck was that? He heard that chair shot go across.
It was a loud chair shot.
It was loud and it was just unfiltered.
And the angle from the crowd shot looked so much better.
It did.
If you're going to show Jack Perry restrained up against the cage, catch a full-blown chair shot to the face, but you're going to cut away from that, again,
especially because that was a finish to the match.
Yeah, there was more than a few things from All Out that I didn't really fuck with, but the show itself was good. But there was a lot of execution and issues that just put it down for me.
The best decision made Saturday night, because there were some bad ones made, no doubt about it. The best decision was to not have a full-on scrum. They had the post-show. They brought Tony in. Tony said his piece, and that was it. Best thing they could have done. Because if they have people go out there and talk, it's going to turn into a thing.
We do have a super chat here. Very much appreciated.
Oh, hell yeah.
From Patrick. Going back to football, and Jeff, this is really a question for you.
Oh.
He's asking, did the Cowboys overpay for Dak Prescott? No Super Bowl appearance, and he's now the highest paid player. I can let you answer this. I have my opinion of it.
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't think that paying for a solid quarterback is a bad decision.
No.
Especially Dak Prescott, yes, in the postseason has not been great.
Right.
But it's, again, not just him.
No.
And look at Dak's stats over the last 5 years and tell me that's not top 5 quarterback play.
Yeah, no,
I mean, you can argue the same thing for, I'd say Burrow, but he's made no Super Bowl appearance.
You can argue the same thing for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to bitch about Lamar Jackson getting that kind of money?
Right.
Are you going to bitch
because
about
Lamar
Josh
Jackson doesn't have a Super Bowl appearance either.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to jump on him. Like, I'll tell you what, Ravens fans are another breed. Let me tell you. It's
they're not as bad as Bills fans, man.
Well, let me set the stage here. Our buddy Jared Bailey wrote an article about Lamar Jackson being overrated, which he's got good stats, but overall, he's not a great quarterback. He is not a passing quarterback. And he's shown that. He's even admitted he doesn't like to pass the ball. He kind of needs a quarterback to be.
I can agree with the statement, but he's also a massive Josh Allen fan who's got much of the same problem.
Yes.
I think Josh Allen's a better passer than Lamar Jackson.
Look at the interception rate and tell me that again.
Josh Allen's a better passer than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson threw back-to-back.
He's a better passer than Lamar Jackson, but he's putting up Brett Favre. He's putting up Jameis Winston numbers with the interceptions, my guy.
Yeah.
I understand Josh Allen does have an interception problem. I would still.
He's got a turnover problem. It's not just interceptions, it's fumbles. The man can't hold on to the ball to save his team's life.
I would still take him. Listen, Josh Allen wouldn't be my number one pick. I mean, I picked him up in fantasy football, so go me. But I get where Jared's coming from. I like Josh Allen. I think he's a good player. Obviously, Mahomes is far and away number one. like just he's ridiculous.
As a Broncos fan, I have to admit that I've seen him way too many times.
Yeah,
Mahomes is unstoppable. Like until somebody like figures out a defensive team that can beat Patrick Mahomes consistently.
You want to know the difference between him and Aaron Rodgers? I think Mahomes could tear his Achilles and still come back week 14.
No shit, right? Golly. Yeah. But to answer the question, no, he not overpay for Dak. Dak has been seeking that what they call for those of you that aren't in the educated. I consider myself very uneducated myself as well. The franchise tag. This is Jerry saying you're the guy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of goddamn money. Like you said, without a ring to go with it, it is a lot of damn money. But it doesn't mean the ring still isn't on the way. This Dak just needs to get the other 10 on his side of the ball, and more importantly, the guys when he's not on the field, like they did on Sunday, to deliver.
I mean, look at a guy like Matthew Stafford. How long was he a quarterback in the NFL before he got his first ring?
Yep.
Dude, he had to get traded to L.
He did get traded to the Rams.
Already had moving pieces going there.
Exactly. That's my point. This is not the era of the NFL where a quarterback is going to lead the way and doesn't need a ungodly strong support system. This isn't the early Super Bowl days. You have to have a full team do the thing. You just have to.
I mean, I almost feel like Kansas City has an even better team than they had last year.
Yeah.
They've won back-to-back. Like Xavier Worthy.
Right now, this might be the best Chiefs team.
Yeah, and that's scary because they've won back-to-back Super Bowls.
Already, yeah. And I will tell you this. If the Chiefs do it again, I am not going to go to a hockey game for about a month because there are so many people on our King staff that are from Kansas City or love the Chiefs. It's like, or they're Swifties. So either way, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I love Taylor, and I don't dislike the Chiefs
as
much as some folks, but it's like, it's just, when I walk into a Kings game and I see a bunch of red, it's like, did I take a wrong turn? So
See, I think the NFL fandoms go in a certain way where there's got to be that one team that everybody just wants to lose.
Yes.
And for like 15, 20 years, now it's Kansas City. I feel like in the 70s, it was Pittsburgh.
New England,
in the 80s, it was the 49ers.
It was,
the 90s, it was the Cowboys.
Well,
once Brady got in the lead, it was the Patriots. So,
but here's the thing, Greg, to quote my shirt, and please go on and the Teespring and buy that shirt. Greg and I need the goddamn money. Please buy that shirt. All the shirts, as a matter of fact.
I want to get more wrestlers on Jack of all trades. So buy some more.
Right? It's like, Maven was great. Let's get some more influx.
But Maven was fantastic. Maven is a good dude.
He was great.
Maven was awesome.
All those teams you named that people universally hated, they were all winning the rings. They were all winning the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah.
It's very easy to hate on the success. But, with the exception of the Belichick-led, Brady-led Patriots, at least to my memory, there wasn't a whole lot of blatant, flat-out, obvious cheating going on. So it's like, if you're going to hate on it just to hate on it because they're good, then that's your decision and just hope your team gets better. Right now the Chiefs are the team. Right now it is what it is. But also, like I said, like you and I were saying, Greg, during the preseason, and now it's week 1. We've got 17 weeks of the season to go. So I'd love to have this conversation again, or a conversation about, where we're going to go when we're actually on the cusp of the postseason.
Yeah.
I feel the exact same way about Bo Nix, realistically, because the stats that he put up on Sunday, they weren't bad. For a rookie debut, throwing 47 passes, completing 23 of them, rushing a touchdown. Yeah, he threw 2 interceptions, got sacked twice. John Elway in his debut rookie game threw 8 passes, 2 interceptions, got sacked 5 times. He got benched. Bo Nix is going to be just fine. I still have so much faith in the Broncos. How it's going to happen against Pittsburgh, I have no idea how Sunday's going to go.
Well, since I'll be on the way to Pittsburgh that day because we're going to Hamilton, I may have to catch up with the game either by recording it or just following up with game highlights or something.
Yeah.
Tune into Rob, all you'll hear me bitch
right.
about it.
But it's one of those things where the Steelers defense played exceptionally well.
Yes, they did.
As they always do.
I wouldn't say as they always do, but they played to a level where
if TJ Watt's out there, they play exceptional.
They didn't allow any points in the second half of that game. So they kept the Falcons and Kirk Cousins very much in check. Which was nice because, we couldn't put the ball in the end zone, but, thanks to Boswell, I beat Maddie in fantasy football because he put up 26 freaking points in fantasy.
The man.
Boswell, I think, is the best kicker in the NFL. A lot of people said Justin Tucker. I think Justin Tucker's losing it a bit.
After Tucker? I was about to say, Tucker washed. Tucker's been missing kicks since last year.
He missed one on Thursday.
An easy one.
Like Tucker's usually automatic. I think he's losing a step. So I would put Boswell up there.
He's not practicing his voice enough, man.
I guess not. And it does annoy me that the longest field goal in NFL history is held by a Baltimore Raven. That's kind of annoying.
Previously held by a Bronco.
It's funny. So I know, like I said, Denver and Pittsburgh are playing this weekend. But I think next weekend, you guys have a perfectly at least you, Greg, because I know how you feel about the other team. There's a perfectly good reason for you to root for the Cowboys on the 22nd. They're playing Baltimore. They're playing the Ravens. Greg, I have to have Greg dig in his closet find like a blue T-shirt just to be that guy for that day.
I think my preseason predictions, I have Baltimore beating Dallas there.
God,
listen.
And that was before they got Derrick Henry.
Listen, we got the Cowboys at home the weekend of Jen's birthday, so
yeah, the day after Bad Blood. Oh God, and we're the Sunday night game 2 weeks in a row. That weekend and the previous weekend. God, I'm playing the Giants again. God damn it!
Primetime back to back.
Well, no, the Cowboys and the Giants and the Cowboys and Steelers are back to back. They're both the Sunday night game. That's not true. Take that back. Ooh. Hang on, can't count. Don't mind me.
The Steelers have
the Cowboys and the Giants are our Thursday night game. My bad.
The Steelers have four night games this season. Game against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
2 weeks later against the Jets. Then the following Monday they have the Giants, which they're facing the Giants at home on a Monday night.
Whoop that ass. Please whoop that ass. My God.
The Steelers have been incredible on Monday Night Football at home. So I don't have any
historically, yes,
qualms there. And then they have the Browns on a Thursday night. So
there you go.
In November.
I still just want to apologize, Germany. You don't deserve Carolina versus the Giants.
That's for World War II, you bitch.
I feel like they've been suffering quite a bit for the last century.
Years.
Hey, we never forget, okay?
Never forget.
Hell of a day for that.
I didn't even mean.
Great. You realize, like, I fucked up. Hey, you know what? I try so hard to not fixate on what today is because it was such a across the board bad thing.
I feel like we haven't seen near as much.
I haven't either. I mean,
about it as
the usual people on Facebook, they do it every year. I see it, and I've been like, I like my trigger finger's been itchy about it, but it's like, I just look. That was such a horrible period of time in my life. I had just been in my car accident. I'm 2 weeks out of the hospital. I'm literally laying here on the couch it used to be here, when I'm not in bed sleeping. And I come out that morning to watch my stories with my grandmother, and who had tried to wake me up when she got here to watch over me, after my dad tried to wake me up when he was leaving for work because he heard something was going on in New York when he was leaving here at 5:00 in the morning. And I ran the corner here, and there's the replay of the second plane. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And before you know it, our world's changed. So I try very hard every year to not fixate on it. But, we had a major thing in the Kings family. We lost 2 of our scouts on one of the flights, one of whom was a family friend for decades. So, it's today's a rough day. And I don't think any of us will ever forget it. I mean, I think that's a given. But it's unfortunate that as that tragedy brought us together as a country, even for that brief moment, I think this country's more divided than ever now, 23 years later.
Absolutely is. So when you go to the polls on November 5th, which is a fantastic day of the year.
Yes.
You should, instead of voting for Donald Trump, instead of voting for Kamala Harris, you vote for a man who doesn't play politics. You vote for a man who will do what is right for this country. You vote for the president sensation of the United States.
That's right.
The United Sensations of America.
That's right.
Vote for this guy. Even if you think you wasted your vote because I'm damn well not winning in a 2-party system.
No.
Vote for me anyway. Have that weight lifted off your conscience.
Yep.
That you don't have to choose between the 2 parties who haven't done a damn thing in about 60, 70 years.
At least.
Yeah, at least. It's like these parties have been running the country for, 1860. So for over a century and a half.
Yep.
And this is where we're at.
Yeah.
So you tell me if it's working.
Well, but Greg, we had the very, very strong divisive issue of pet eating discussed yesterday. So that's an important thing. That was so just crucial. It's like, man, it's one per
out of left field.
It was the whole thing was out of left field yesterday. Like I said, I went and saw Tim Allen.
A definite cost.
I went and saw Tim Allen. I was so happy with that because like I said, he is who he is on that front, but man, he gives no fucks. It was a beautiful thing. And then I come home and my dumbass goes on Twitter because I'm an idiot. It's like, it's a rough night on ABC and Fox and whoever else rebroadcasted it. But I will say this: when Greg wins this election and is our next president of the United Sensations of America, we will celebrate doubly because not only will he be the president, but that weekend the Cowboys are going to whoop that Eagles ass. And I'm here for it. So Veterans Day will be a day of true celebration because we'll have a president-elect that actually gets shit done and won't be a political piece of shit, and the Cowboys will have beaten the Eagles. It's a good day, Tater.
My first act as president of the United Sensations of America is to look at the draw on TV.
That's right.
That's my first act.
And the second one is to get the Broncos to the next Super Bowl, right? Right?
I can't work magic.
Son of a bitch.
He's not a politician. He's damn sure not a
All it
politician.
took was Taylor Swift for the Chiefs.
Hey, you know what? She's got magic none of the 3 of us can touch, okay? That's just what that is. She's on a whole other level of a whole other plane of existence that we can't even fathom in our puny little human brains.
Listen, the Chiefs are Goliath right now. We need a David to come in and beat them.
Yeah, I don't know what are the 31 teams are going to do it. That's the thing. Like or I guess 16 because it'd be the
Come on, Green Bay, take us back to Super Bowl 1.
Oh my God! Like I said, if the Packers.
Well, I wish I could say that was something, but Jordan Love's going to be out for a month.
Right? I know.
Hey! I have the utmost faithless optimism that Malik Willis is going to do bog standard for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And bog standard means that Josh Jacobs is going to run for 150 yards in the next 4 weeks.
Just Jacobs, Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is mine too.
If you don't know what that song is, you're too young for the room. We'll see you next week.
That's
I
incredible.
mean, for real.
Showing my age there.
That's okay though, because we're all there. And I'm older than you, and I got it. So
Are they not still teaching that shit in school?
No.
Like they teach any of that in school. Listen, I had allergy testing earlier today, and I got stuck with so many needles I thought I was at all out. It was bad.
Allergy testing?
Yeah, because I'm allergic to life, dude.
Yeah. Wouldn't you be too if you had fucking all the
So what they do is they shoot your body up with histamines. They put a bunch of like dots on your skin to see if they react. And I've been itchy all day because I react to a lot of things. So that's fun.
That sounds like the most unpleasant thing to do to yourself.
So next week,
not.
So next week the show will be hosted by Jeff Meacha, Matty Laws, and Bubble Boy. Make sure Greg's safe.
Hey, listen, I'm getting allergy treatments, so that's
Isn't that a Jake Gyllenhaal movie? Was that who that was in Bubble Boy?
I don't think it was Gyllenhaal. It was piss. I'm not gonna remember that now. Hang on. By the way, as I'm looking this up, I'm looking at the schedule. Can we not play fucking Giants every Thanksgiving? Can we not do that, please? I'm so tired of playing those assholes.
It was for the longest time. It was y'all and the
it was Gyllenhaal,
right?
Yeah. For a couple of years, it was us and the Eagles, which made for a horrible Thursday night when my aunt came over with her family. Because goddamn, it was Gyllenhaal. No, I apologize.
No, you and the Giants and the Eagles had the Christmas game. It was you and the Eagles, right?
Yes. For Thanksgiving.
Oh, wonderful.
Who did the Skins play for the longest time? Was it them and the Lions?
Maybe.
They kind of
the Detroit Lions
get 3 teams in against us. So
the Detroit Lions get the Bears on Thanksgiving. So yay, Caleb Williams on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Watch as he puts up 450 yards through the air.
Well, I hope he does.
No, I hope he doesn't.
Okay.
I'm sick of hearing about Caleb Williams. Okay, listen. In that same vein about Caleb Williams, go watch Annie Agar's Week 1 video.
Okay. Annie Agar is fantastic.
Annie Agar is absolutely fantastic. But there is a Caleb Williams joke in the first 20 seconds that I tweeted her last week. So go check it out. It's damn near identical. And I'm very proud of it. So
look, if the media hadn't hyped Caleb up as much as they did, Greg wouldn't be on his ass near as much.
No, and he's down for it.
USC quarterbacks have no record of success in the NFL. But
do you want to know the closest USC quarterback to success? Carson Palmer.
Yeah. And they did it with Carson Palmer. They did it with Matt Leinart. They did it with Sam Darnold, for crying out loud.
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez was another one. Mr. Butt Fumble himself. And now they're doing it with Caleb Williams. Like, do you guys think that USC is a quarterback factory? Because I can guarantee it isn't.
No.
It's a factory for backup quarterbacks.
Shit.
It's not a factory of sadness like Cleveland, Ohio, but
it's true. Yeah. All I know is, I would talk about football and wrestling. I wanted to briefly bring up baseball.
Okay.
And I say that because how the fuck did the damn? I put out the. Here we go. So in this last week, so this was the 9th. So yeah, just a couple days ago. First of all, the Angels re-sign Jose Suarez. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, I've had people tell me they're not going to a single game the rest of this year with that asshole on contract. I don't blame you. Then Rendon. Anthony Rendon is hurt again. 3rd time this year.
Again?
Yeah, he's back on the IL.
Rendon's been hurt since he was a Yankee.
Dude, he is the most perpetually injured player I have ever seen in the history of fucking baseball. Like, and the Angels just keep doubling down on him and re-signing him, and it's like
he's worth something.
We are never when Frankie Kazarian posted about the signing of Suarez, I replied to him. I said, we are never going to get even a sniff of the fucking aroma of the World Series trophy ever again. Ever. With shit like this. It's not going to happen. It's been 22 years, and we're never going to get close to it ever again. This organization is such a train wreck. What?
The fact that you guys wasted Mike Trout the way that you have.
Oh, my God. They paid him so much goddamn money, and if he's not hurt, he's just being wasted with the team surrounding him.
Should be like a 3 or 4-time World Series champion at this point.
Easily. Look at Ohtani-san. Look what he's doing now.
It could be worse. You could be the White Sox. All right.
It could be worse. You could be the White Sox.
And with that, we're going to send you to Dynamite, kids.
We are going to send you to Dynamite because I've pretty much rained on Chicago's parade. So to piss off Chicago more, screw Caleb Williams, screw the White Sox, eat a hot dog with just ketchup on it, and we'll see you next week on the Greg Sherry Show. Don't be a jag. Have a good day.
Yeah, we'll be less jags next week.